Go.
Hi, welcome to the first ever roadmap video for Lost Ark here in the West. I'm Rox, the product community manager for the game, and today I'm going to be guiding the conversation.
That's the
a little
bird
bit.
person.
I have some very special members
I have
of
her
the
bird.
Games team and the Lost Ark team here with me today. But before we get started with everything, let's kind of get to know everyone. So, Andy, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Andy Lin. I'm the product manager for Lost Ark West.
Camera
My team
angles.
primarily works
We've gone a
on
year and a half
story
without meeting these people,
and
by the way.
in-game economy, and we work with
Yeah.
franchise to determine the content, scheduling, and roadmap for the game.
So would you say working with the in-game economy, that means you also work with bots?
Yes.
HH brother.
I do work with bots.
HH brother.
I work with a lot of internal teams to deal with the botting issue, and we've made a lot of strides towards solving that, I'd like to think.
All right, next up, Suman.
Okay, I'm Sumin. I'm the franchise leader for Lost Ark West.
This is the guy they call Zoom
My
in.
team is working
Wicked.
with other internal teams as well as the
He's I've heard of him before.
to determine the upcoming roadmaps and the future content directions.
Turn it up,
So
okay.
I'm going to present and share more details about the August update as well as some important changes.
All right, that was in fact actually Zoomin Park, also known by his alternate ego, Suman Park. Next up, we have someone who is a little bit hardcore.
How's it going? I'm Henry. I'm the head of editorial at Amazon Games. Me and my team work on the communication and community content plans for our games. When I'm not working on Lost Ark, I'm playing it a lot. I'm here to talk about some of the cool content we have coming up over the next 4 months, since I think usually I write
Screenshots
the
or doesn't-
roadmap,
doesn't
so
game?
this time I'm just talking about
where's
you
your
instead.
We're really excited all to be here and talk about the roadmap with you all. Not only because this
Maybe he
time
was the
we'll
Esther
be sharing
Slayer.
the content that's coming up
Yeah,
and
maybe.
getting excited about it, but also sharing with you why some of that is, why things are coming when they are, the changes we're making to the game, and what to expect. We're really excited to have an open conversation with the community about this. But remember, Lost Ark is a live service game, which means plans can shift and change. What we're presenting here today is our plans for the rest of the year, but things could always end up changing a little bit. All right, that does it for our intro, and with that, let's dive right in.
Augusta.
Suman, I know you have a lot of August updates to share with everyone. Do you want to get into those a little bit?
Sure, I'm very excited to announce some of the new additions in the August update. So in August update, we already announced
There's a disturbing
few
lack of
things already
campfire.
in the last announcement. The first one is Aeromancer, and the second we have Sonabel raid, and the third one is Akan Legion raid. So those contents are great, but in addition to that, I'd like to add a
We
few
actually
more
are
exciting
getting it.
changes. Especially, it will address user fatigue and homework, and as well as some of
How
the
are you ahead of me in the video?
other changes as well.
So user fatigue and homework have been really big topics in the community. Do you want to get into kind of those first?
Sure. The first change is the Guardian rate change. So we are going to reduce the Guardian rate, number of the Guardian rate you need to do from twice a day to once a day. So that's a big change, as well as
Big
we're going
pog.
to drop a lot more.
Oh.
rewards
So this
from
is
that.
the same change I
And
got
also
in
the second
Korea.
one is
Yeah.
the Chaos Dungeon. The Chaos Dungeon, I know like a lot of players are requesting to reduce the number of Chaos Dungeons per day. It's currently
He's
twice.
just literally
So instead of
word for word
making it
repeating their
less,
reasons.
we
Like, he's just
truly
copy
believe that
pasting.
this content
Well, he
is
probably
great,
is the
but
one who came up
the
with it.
actual like the
No,
length
no,
of the
like this is
playing
like
time
what
or the actual
Gold River
reward
said.
from the gameplay is
Okay,
not great,
well, maybe
or it's not enough based on
He's
your
just reiterating how Gold River
Yeah,
said.
What
it.
we are
yeah,
going to
yeah.
change
No other-
is
no
we are
other
going
words
to
to
make
use.
some of the
This is the
AI
reason.
change on the monster side.
Mhm.
So it's going to reduce the playing time 25%,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also we are going to drop a lot more.
We'll see
rewards,
if
as well as the gold.
25%.
So that will make players more
It's not
fun
50%,
during the gameplay. It
but
feels more fun.
We are getting the
and
fragment of
more
Destiny, which is
rewarding.
cool.
So that's going to be the
Okay,
changes
that might
included
make a lot of
to
gold.
reduce the user fatigue.
HH
The other
brother.
one is the gatekeeping issue we are trying to address. So the gatekeeping is very challenging issue for the newer players because you have to have a full set of the cards and things like
Okay, this
that.
is something they didn't.
So while
This,
we are
I
going
like
to
them
make
addressing this.
changes in the August update is we are going to add a lot more card drops in the various raid and the dailies, as well as we are going to make the wandering merchant more frequently in a
I thought we were gonna. I thought we weren't gonna get the
going
wandering
to be
merchant change
easier
right
to
away.
buy
But
and get
it's
the
good.
card from many different
cool.
sources.
Big
Yeah,
dub.
that'll be really great. I know you both have like
I noticed
full
I was running out
rosters
of card
characters
XP.
that you were doing a lot of dailies on. How are you
Is Nick
feeling
spoiled?
about
Does he
those
know everything?
changes?
I don't know.
Pretty
don't know
good.
anything.
I think I'm excited to do one guardian a day. I think it'll make it feel a
I
little bit more
know that
climactic. 'Cause,
Korea
like,
got
a lot of the bosses
these
are like
changes,
pretty fun
but
to do,
I didn't know that we
killing
were getting them.
again, I think it'll just be like a cool experience to just get in there, get a fight. You know, it'll be cool.
I'm pretty far behind on my dailies, to be honest with you. So this is a very welcome change. I think one of the most frustrating parts about Chaos Dungeons is sometimes you clear out a bunch of the mobs and you have to run around the map and find all the ones that you haven't found. And so I think the AI changes will make it easier for the mobs to come to you. It'll increase their aggro range. And so you'll have to do less running around, and that's why the playtime will be
You
reduced.
can literally
Yeah.
stand still.
Plus, like getting a card from a chaos.
Yeah, I'm a
dungeon,
gun
like,
lancer, I
that'll
already
be
did
pretty
that.
Exciting.
That doesn't
No,
happen
well, you
very
actually had to
often right
move.
now.
Yeah,
Because you had to
exactly.
aggro
Yeah.
them.
It
Like,
feels
they'll literally
good to
swarm
be
you.
reducing kind of the dailies and the
And
kind of
apparently,
amount of
Chaos
effort
Dungeon
going
max
into
is
them,
5 minutes
while
for
also
both
getting
now.
more rewards out of it. It's like positive changes from both sides. So I'm definitely really excited about that.
By the way, this is not the final change, the Chaos Dungeon update. This one is the first phase of the change. So we are going to review the user feedbacks as well as the user metrics inside the game. And then we are going to make multiple other changes from now on.
Yeah, no, that's really good to hear too.
I like to
And
hear that they
like I
are
mentioned earlier,
actually
I know
confirming
players
it's
have
not
been
the last
really
change.
kind of honed in on this
Yeah,
topic
but
for
I mean,
a while.
it's still we're only
So it's
going to
great
get what
to know
Korea
too
gets,
that
right? It's
while
not
we're
like we're
making these
gonna.
changes right now,
I
we're
mean,
definitely open to
where
more
there are
changes
changes in
and we'll be
this
listening.
roadmap that we
All right,
Korea did not
awesome.
get that
So
we're getting.
that's a lot of changes coming
Mm.
in August that we think will really kind of help
One
players feel
insane-
better and alleviate some of that fatigue. Are there any
probably the
other
next thing to
changes
talk
that
about
we can maybe have
in
players
September?
look forward to in the future for just kind of
I
generally
mean, you didn't read the
making the
roadmap
game
yet,
feel
did
a
you?
little bit less draining?
No.
Yeah.
Sure. So we are working.
Don't
constantly
spoil,
working on
true, yeah.
some of these changes we promised in the letter in April. So those are the another batch of the new coming changes in August, but we are also working on other changes. One of the things we are working on now is the Legion Commander changes. So we are going to adjust some of the difficulties and the actual playing time and things like that for Legion Commanders pretty soon. We don't have the date yet, but we are going to reduce some of the gates for this reason rate. One of the things we are working on is the
Who's confirming the gate
Burj
reduction?
Khalifa gate. So
Yeah,
Burj
but-
Khalifa, we are going to see some of the gate removals to reduce the playing time,
Okay.
and also we are going to drop a lot more like other like rewards, including gold and cards. So the previously mentioned the card updates or infusing, so more card drops from Wandering Merchant and some other locations. That's also going to help players to get more accessible to the Burj Khalifa content.
Cool, great. Yeah, it's a lot of, making sure players feel like their time is valued and that they're being rewarded for the work they're doing.
For the card drops and Legion raids, are those specific to the Legion Commander cards that you get from each of those raids, or are they all legendary cards? Because sometimes you get one at the final gate.
So it's not
Really
finalized
gate 2
yet,
Parade.
but we are going to
Oh,
share
sure,
the
it's gotta be the one that
details
goes.
with the release note.
Yes,
Yeah, the
please.
Burj Khalifa change is still under development, and we are constantly checking the user metrics. So it depends on how difficult.
They had
for the
talked about that
players
they'd
or
been
how
feedback
long
on the
does it take.
Korean
There are
forums
many
saying that
different
the
metrics
gate
we wanna
changes
check.
for them will
And
be
then
soon.
we are going to
So
decide which
I'm
day.
assuming that if they're pumping out the
Based
quality
on
of
that,
life this
it's
quick for us,
still
we'll be
under
getting it within a
development.
month.
Okay, so, Andy, if there's a certain gate
Yeah.
you don't like, you kind of know what you have to do to get that one removed. Sacrifice your roster.
Bro, Shaw's at gate 5. Actually, I've already been hard at work making sure the win rate on that gate is very low.
Wiping your party
Yeah.
every time at that gate.
Wait,
Just one for the team.
purposely gate 5 jailed your party.
I will make sure
Yeah,
we are going to
good.
bring that update as soon as it's released in Korea. So will be no gap or almost
Oh, no gap?
in
Oh.
between
No
these
gap.
two
I like this
updates.
guy.
We
I
definitely
like
don't have a
Zoom in.
date
Wicked.
when that is quite yet, because like you
Wicked.
said, it's under development.
Correct.
But we're gonna work to get that as soon as possible. It sounds like.
Yeah, you heard
Can I
it
turn up a
first
little
from
bit
Zoom
more?
and
Oh my
Park.
god, I'm like deaf over here.
Coming fast.
I'm like being deafened by my own headphones.
All right, before we get into September content and too far ahead in the future, I think region merges is one more thing we should touch on.
Oh, we're
because
actually
it's
gonna hear about
really
region merges.
Merges.
Sure.
Oh,
The
geez.
reason merge was announced already in a different article we already announced. And it's coming in August. Also, it's coming on August
Okay.
30th. So
30th.
it's very exciting because
Oh,
a
they're
lot of
doing it
players
after.
tested this. And so we are going to merge EU West to EU Central.
Yeah, we'll kick that off at the end of August. And
Wait, what about
hopefully there's
NA
some
West and
positive
NA
changes
East?
there. And then, like Simon said, we'll
No.
keep reviewing for other regions and servers. I know
I want to
that
play with my
players are interested
friends.
in seeing merged.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll have some more communications coming up because we know some players have rosters on both regions in EU. So we'll work to make sure that players have full
SA
understanding of
SA
what
also
to
needs to
expect
be.
and how the
SA
merge will
more
work,
pressingly needs to be
in a
merged
more
to something.
detailed article later on.
Yeah.
And lastly, in August, I'm very excited to announce that the 2023 swimsuit skins will be zooming over to the Lost Ark West.
Oh, nice. We are
we'll
getting
be
the skins.
Oh,
shortly after
Poggies.
Sweet.
I think this is one of the first
Picked up.
times we're going to get skins so quickly as they're like brand new in Korea. It's pretty close.
1
it feels
month.
like.
It's been released just a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are really fresh, really new. I know they're really cool skins, so excited to see those in the game.
And it's super hot this year, so it's going to be a really good gift for everyone.
The heat waves have been bad, so definitely get those in before the end of summer. You will not have to wait till the next summer. Sweet. I think that covers everything that's kind of coming in August, and with that,
We all
let's
know
dive right
September
into
is summer.
Yeah. September. Sucktember.
Okay.
Taking a step back, a lot of heroes have come and gone from the shores of Arcasia. And
This is
a
the
lot
new
of them,
thing.
through surveys, social
Okay.
media, and forums, have expressed interest in returning to the game. And we've talked to a lot of these
It's really
players
hard to return.
and asked them what's stopping them from coming back. We found 3 major themes. 1, there's a lot of bots. 2, the rate of progression is too slow. And 3, they're worried about getting gatekept from all the endgame content. So let me tell you about how we're dealing with some of those issues. First of all,
Okay.
we've made a lot of progress
HH?
against the bots.
Hold on, pause.
We've instituted machine
True.
learning.
Pause.
Okay, pausing. I'm at
I-
11:58 for the
Okay.
record, but
I think that this change they're mentioning up ahead is it's a coin flip. I won't spoil it because he's gonna mention it in 2 seconds. But I think that this solution is a coin flip. That's my take on
Okay.
it. It's a coin flip solution. It's either going
So-
to be successful or it's going to crash and burn, and they're going to give up trying.
backing up slightly, the August update,
Mhm.
or the August stuff that we just talked about,
Yeah.
it's homework reduction, which we're getting pretty quickly.
Yep.
The swimsuit stuff, which is pretty cool,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. And what else is what else is in August?
Con, Aeromancer,
Con.
quality of life updates, balance patch.
That's not in August,
Yeah, it is.
is it?
Yes, that's literally next week.
Oh,
All of that is next week. It's literally in 6 days.
okay. So
We are
there's
getting-
a lot of content in August.
August is literally too full, to be honest. August is
Okay.
like bigger. Like this
Tough.
update is as big as the Broshaza release in December
Okay.
of last year.
So this is really big.
Yeah, a real big.
Chonk patch.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then they're moving
And then
past that.
in September,
Yeah.
we're just started the September section,
Yeah.
and they're saying we've heard that players don't want to come back because 1, there's bots.
Yeah.
2, the
Hard-
progression is too slow,
Yeah.
and 3, they don't want to get gate kept.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 2 and 3 are kind of related. And
The problems all flow into one another.
kinda. I don't know if the bots necessarily flows in.
It's the reason why
I
people
also
left
get-
early. They're trying to bring back. They talk about it in the article. They're trying to bring back players that left at the beginning,
Okay.
that took interest and have just been gone. Because I mean, the game launched with way too many bots.
Yeah.
Way
For
too much
sure.
of a problem for
Yeah.
for an inexperienced player just running around dealing with the bots. The bots were actively hurting the game so much for them. It was like it's not even worth.
Yeah. The
Especially
bots
somebody-
are like barely a thing anymore.
Yep. But that's what I think this might. It's
They
a
just
coin.
want to get the word out.
That's why I think this is a coin flip. So okay, we'll keep going forward. Okay, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Algorithms that detect them very quickly. And the number of bots in the game as a percentage of active users is the lowest it's ever been. Second of all, Smilegate West and Amazon have collaborated to make a bunch of honing changes.
That's good that the
and
percent that they
changes to
mentioned that the
vertical and
percent is the
horizontal
lowest.
progression in the game. That makes it a lot easier for your character to be endgame ready. Finally, gatekeeping. We think the best way to deal with gatekeeping is for a group of players to independently start fresh and play together and go through the game as a group. And this way, there won't be any conflict
but that's
with the
impossible.
players
Let
who are
'em
more
cook.
progressed and in later parts of the game.
Okay.
So I'm excited to announce that we'll be adding Jumpstart servers to every region of the game, including Europe, South America, North America. And these players will have an isolated server that has an independent auction house and party finder system. So there will be no busing or gatekeeping from the other regions. And they'll have additional resources granted to them on top of the HyperExpress Mokoko Pass that takes them to 1540. There'll be an event shop that's exclusive to the Jumpstart server where players can exchange event currency to get vertical progression materials like honing materials, as well as horizontal progression materials like card packs. There will also be boosts to XP gain, so we think players can make it to 1580 very quickly and begin enjoying all the endgame content.
Okay, pause.
Pausing. That was loaded.
30.
He cooked. They cooked.
They cooked. That's a full course meal right there. That's okay.
It's the equivalent. It's okay. I'm gonna put it in context. It's how
quarantined.
It's how BDO season servers started.
I guess, but they're like quarantining the new players.
Yeah, because they want the new players to interact with the new players.
Yeah, but that doesn't help old players, and like old players also need new players. I guess at some point. At some point, the Leap Start servers
it's supposed
are going
to
to
merge.
become a regular server.
It's supposed to work like a seasonal reset, like season servers. It's literally the season server idea in BDO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, a season server.
And I think that I think that the idea of somebody. Old players don't invite new players. It's true, yeah, and they obviously have some data here to back that. So,
yeah, but like you need to be able to have people to play with, even if you're an old player or a new player.
This is targeting returning player. This is to get new players into the game and returning players, and then after they go through the Jumpstart server activities, they move to the regular servers.
Yeah, I guess so long as there's a path to the regular servers, that's okay. But like then if there's a path to the regular server, like if the goal is to fold them into the main people anyways, why have them off on their own? Why not?
Because they don't want them to. Because they said that there's going to be they say it in the article. There's going to be a lot more stuff. I don't know if they talk about it. He might mention it later in this video, but there is a lot more stuff going on with how the rates, like honing rates, are different. Events are different. Obviously, there's the huge vendors and everything. Like everything's based. The whole progression system through the game to 1580 is completely different. So it's like they don't want that affected by the current market. I also think that all these changes are put into place to prevent a player from another server wanting to go to the Jumpstart servers because you already have your roster. They don't want you to feel like they don't want you to go to that server to abuse the new returning players. That's why I think it's a coin flip, right? It's because if they tune it too hard, an old player is just going to take to the server to level up a character. The old player only needs people for the market, and new players will quit from gatekeeping before they add to the market. I think
we don't just need people to raid. Like we also need people to do islands. We need people to do.
But we've already got those people, and we don't need that many. What we need is
like
new
world bosses and.
What we need is new players, and a new player isn't going to come to the game in the environment of the non-Jumpstart server. They aren't.
Yeah, I think there just needs to be. Or I guess we'll see how it works out to when they get folded into the main player base, like the
it's all seems like a test, but at least they're trying something. This is a huge jump in what I expected them to try, but it is honestly, in my mind, it is one of the solutions. It's not the solution I would have gone with. I would have just made all these changes to the base game, but who's to say they won't do that right after they test it for a little while? So I'm all for it. If they're gonna at least they're trying something. Like this is completely
the main reason. The main reason to gatekeep people is that one, they don't know the fights, which is pretty much unsolvable. But two, that their character isn't strong because they don't have card sets, gym levels, and engraving, like all of the gear perfect and like quality perfect and like high item level, all the vertical stuff. And like you can solve the vertical thing, but you can't solve the knowledge thing unless you have, I guess the that's the hope, is that the quarantine server does both at once. Whereas if they had it on the main server, it would only solve the vertical thing. It wouldn't give them the knowledge.
Yeah. I can see the I mean, response on the Discord is very happy. A lot of people are very happy. A lot of players who haven't been around for a while are very excited. So
I think that I mean, it's essentially a season thing.
yeah.
And seasons are very good at being an onboarding point for new players or failed off players as like okay, I'll come back now. I guess my concern would be is this like something where we then abandon, like if they set the precedent where they come out with this one and then they come out with another one once this one's done and then they come out with another one once that one's done, are we just going to go through that loop over and over again of like starting on a new server, because then you have like all this stuff to do? I guess my question is, are we as as old players going to be starting a fresh character on the new server?
I think it'll be just like how BDO works. You start on the fresh server if you want to level a new character.
Yeah.
Or if you have some sort of goal in mind. And I think that that's the best case. I think that that's fine. I think if that's how it ends up being, because if you want to try the new character and happens to be the best place to try that is this Jumpstart area, that's basically what I've been asking for. So like, I'll take it. Again, I'd like these changes just to be folded into the base game, but if they think they're better isolated, I do think the isolation problem solves the problem, or it has the potential to solve the problem of people being super upset that somebody doesn't know the fight. Because like if you're on the Jumpstart server, bro, it's the Jumpstart server.
Well,
man.
that's the thing, is I don't think it does solve that problem, because I think there's going to be a lot of people who do roll onto this server that are old players.
I don't think
And
so.
I think
I disagree.
because
I don't think there's enough incentive. If you're an old player, you have so much built up. Like if you've been playing, like you're gonna just stick with
like
what
you have
got.
so much built up, but like you could then do it all again, and the fun part is supposed to be building up your character. Like it sounds.
Iron Farm and Cart, yeah, they're not. Yeah, it's not. People aren't. It's Lost Ark. People
Okay.
aren't.
I mean, we'll see.
It's
My concern is that they come out with the server and it's the shiny new fun place to be, and like everyone jumps to that server and like starts over. Maybe that isn't what's going to happen, but
BDOs is even more shiny than that, and like old players don't go seasonal.
okay.
Like I don't it
Because like on, I guess it's. I mean, it is very different for like Path of Exile and Diablo. No one plays or some people do, but like very few people play non-season.
Yeah.
And so like my concern would be that, you know, from let's say Path of Exile's perspective, you build up a large amount of stuff, or even Diablo 3's perspective, like you build up all this Paragon, but the fun part is starting over, and like
yeah, but this is
the
an
season
ARPG.
starts are fun. Yeah, I get that this is an MMO, not an ARPG, and that the progression systems are much more long tail. And so besides for maybe Paragon, but my concern is that this is more fun on the new server, which might not be a good concern, but that if it's a concern that maybe won't matter, because if it is more fun and people jump over to it and they like enjoy playing on the new server more, and like the old servers die, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because then we could also just go on to the more fun server.
I think
That would be my only concern, is that
my concern
this
is that
causes the old servers to die.
my concern is that nobody's going to play the Jumpstart server. That's why I think it's a coin toss. I think it's a coin toss trying to tell somebody to start again if they already quit. just because there are so many issues. But again, there is going to be a more detailed patch note in September, like long. They said they say like it's going to be long, obviously just detailing all these changes that this server is going to have. So we'll see then. But like I will, depending on what's going on, I will probably make a character just to see. It's content for me, so I will not be doing runes and shit though. Fuck that. I'll be the absolute fucking ghetto character, like literally fucking rags. But I'd like to see what they've got in mind for it, because I do think it's something, right? They are trying something that no other region has tried to bring players back to the game.
I think it has really good potential.
I think it could just be seasonal servers and BDO. Like seasonal servers basically revived BDO from like falling apart. So like,
yeah,
I think it would just work.
Sure, yeah. I guess the concern of this becoming like the way the game is played now is you come in when the season server launches, and then you blitz up your character with all of the season server shit.
Yeah.
And then you just stop playing until the next season server. Like once you run out of all of that acceleration boost that they're giving you, you just stop playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think their concern is to bring the player is to let the player experience the game up to that point. They probably, and like again, they'll probably just have they didn't spoiler. They didn't say what they're gonna do once that ends, right? So, but like, the hope is that they either merge the characters over so people can keep coming in. They try again. It's again, to me, it's either, my fear is that nobody's gonna play it, and then they're going to give up on bringing new players in through new ideas, because obviously it took dev time and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
my concern is that everyone is going to play it, and
I think there's ain't no way that it goes that way. I think there's absolutely no shot.
Because to me, when I hear this, that to me, that sounds really fun to like start over with all the knowledge that I have now, and like
do runes, farm your Makokos.
Yeah, I love all that shit.
You wouldn't do it again. No, you wouldn't.
I would.
You wouldn't actually. No, you'd get to the bare point where it starts to get slightly involved and stop in the face of your other character. Because like while this is all happening, your other roster, you could be farming stuff.
Yeah, but I can't do.
I love all this shit, and Worm wouldn't do it again. Yeah, you probably would, Minnie. What the fuck? Nah.
Yeah, because I can't do all this stuff again. But if they
you
had
do Renown again,
I could.
It's literally Renown.
Yeah, but ideally they would make it to where they shave off some of the more annoying ones, and you can do it in a sped up way.
Nah, what I have completed right now.
Stuff again.
Fuck no.
Get all of the.
No, I'm never touching Yorn cooking again. Holy shit, no.
Yeah, do all of my Una's reputations again.
No, you wouldn't actually. You would just quit the game again.
Well, ideally they would speed it up to where.
Even if it was sped up to like it would basically have to be like do it all in a day kind of shit.
Kinda, but also.
I sped everything up with better rewards. These people will pass my characters on base servers. I mean,
right.
I think that I think you are one of the. I think you're probably in the bracket of players that they want to go to this new server. You have a not even 1540 and some 1490s, like.
Yeah, you're a Jumpstart man. Yeah.
And I think that there is a awkward spot. I think that is the awkward spot. If you're somebody who is chilling at like normal bro level with a bunch of like super budget alts, but you have all your horizontal done because you enjoyed that, right? You had time, but you just haven't progressed your characters. That like, or like you were slow getting into the game, right? You've got one 1540, you got a bunch of 1490s. Maybe you're just getting them geared up now. You've taken the free engravings from the last pass. And then they tell you got these Jumpstart servers for that player who's like adventure, like who is horizontal completioned, right? It's like, I think that is the awkward stage where like, do I go to this new server? And I think for a person like that, I think for somebody like in Mini State, you probably look at that, and you just need to see the details in September, right? I think that details is all you can wait for on that. And that if you feel like you don't want to play the game until you see that server, because it might be all for nothing, because that server might be where you want to go, that's fine. I think that they have set the timer for when they want a new player to come back. They are telling people that it is September. Spread the word. It's September, right?
We also don't know how. Yeah, we don't know all the details of how it's going to fold into the main server. So, like, if we did start and we did the stuff, and let's say I didn't do Yorn cooking, when it folds in, am I going to have Yorn done because it's done on my main roster, or these?
There are multiple ways they could see. This is the thing about how leaving it so open ended about how it's going to end. They can do a lot of different things. They could fold it over like that. They could just have it. They could just have those servers literally just lose the jumpstart tag, right, and become Kazaros of our server. If it's popular enough, right? They could just be like, okay, the jumpstart event is ending. Most of our players are past here. This server is now becoming a regular server. We are going to open up a new jumpstart server. Yeah,
that can now interact with all the.
They could do it so many different ways. It's in their control, right? They just gotta. Hopefully they just take the data they get and do something useful with it. Which it seems to be they are actually doing that with what they already have. So like that's good.
I guess in my mind it's getting folded in.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it exciting because that's how, like a season works in Diablo or PoE. Is that when the season ends, it gets folded into your non-season.
Personally, to me, again,
but I guess
don't
it's probably
care
not going to be like.
I don't care if I get a reward from that server. It's not for me.
Yeah,
I just want that server to I want that server. I want those players to join us eventually.
Right.
But what the takeaway I really want from this is I want them to realize that they can just put that change to the base game, and just make the base game Jumpstart server.
Yeah, but I think having it be its own separate thing
is to solve the gatekeeping. It's more to solve the reason it's separate is to solve the gatekeeping. It's to solve old players abusing the new players, which is fair. MMO players are fucking elitist as fuck.
Cringe. Yeah.
Again,
well,
I don't agree with that though. I literally think you could just. I think new players should just get everything. I just want the player here. I want my friends to be able to play the game. I want to be able to tell them to come play the game. We're going to do the raid tomorrow. You in tomorrow? Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow. Like that. I just want that. Like it's not that hard.
Okay.
I can see many people joining the server because people will try to abuse the server. I mean, we will have to see. They said there are again, they're probably going to talk about it more because they aren't done obviously talking about it, or maybe they are, but it's going to be different. It's going to be a different environment. So, well, again, my fear with it is that nobody's going to join. Or not enough people are going to join to make them continue production of it. And they'll just discontinue it and give up trying new player ideas. They'll just stick with the basic Korea strategy of Makoko event, another Makoko event. But anyway, okay, we'll continue the video now.
Okay. Ready. 3, 2, 1,
go.
Play.
Awesome. Yeah, it's really exciting to be able to kind of create a new space where we can bring players back into the game that maybe haven't played in a long time, only played a little bit at launch and then dropped out of the game.
I think that's their main audience, is the people who ditched it in the first 3 months.
And kind of put them in a new space and have them come up together. I think that's really important too.
It's interesting that one of the things they mentioned, or that they didn't mention, was that the pay to win was what was keeping people out of the game.
Play through content at the same time.
They're not going to mention that.
All go on that same journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the game had a lot of people interested in it at the start.
Super
I don't think they left because of the pay to win.
Coming with it, I think that's great because this pass gives upgraded gems and things that'll make their characters feel powerful right away. Are they also going to be able to use the power pass as well to get into the end game faster?
Exactly. The Power Pass and the Super Mokoko Hyper Express Pass will be available to the Jumpstart players as well as the players in legacy servers.
Awesome.
A feature that's coming in September
as well as legacy servers.
That's near and dear to my heart. Yaz's Jar.
Oh,
I know.
Bozo Jar.
For legendary.
Fuck yeah, Gambo Jar.
When releasing Yaz's Jar, we wanted
that skin looks sick.
The system feel more fair and more accessible. And so,
hello, Ayaya.
So cool.
That when you open Yaz's Jar,
Gunlancer looks awesome.
Skin component.
He's like Thar.
Epic skin
I know, lame.
Exclusive.
The summoner
one looks great. Look at all these other skins. They're so cool.
Stars, which can be used to redeem for rewards in the Amethyst shop.
Okay, pause.
Adding extra rewards.
Pausing.
They said their change they're making is that even if you lose and get a bad pull, you still get Amethyst shards, and they're going to be updating the Amethyst shop with new skins and shit. So that even
Oh.
if you pull and you don't win,
So
you
don't
get
spend any of your amethyst shards.
yeah.
'Cause-
Well, also you get amethyst shards from Twitch Prime. It's their mileage shop,
Yeah. So don't spend any. Right now.
or do if you don't care about Dawn skins. They're the Dawn skins are okay. To put it in perspective, Dawn skins are the first ones we got at launch.
Mhm.
They're bad, most of them. Other than,
Okay.
I think there's one good one, maybe. Oh, okay. I guess the bigger change is that they're adding the Dawn skins for Slayer, Aeromancer, or all the classes that got added since then. Are actually they making new ones for them. That's cool. He's probably gonna say that in like 2 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Towards to the Amethyst Shard shop. And if you're someone who engaged with Twitch drops, you're pretty familiar with the system already.
Yeah, so players actually have been asking for, an update to the Amethyst Shard shop. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. An update to the Amethyst Shard shop.
I'm not saying that 3 times fast.
You mentioned that we were going to
3
be
times
adding
fast.
new rewards to it. Can you talk a little bit about what some of those are and what they'll look like?
Yeah, so on top of the legendary mounts and the Fions and other good stuff that's already in there, we're going to be adding cosmetics
refresh that?
can
'Cause
be
I want more
redeemed for
Fion.
Amethyst Shards, as well as silver and dyes and reagents for you to customize your skins. Those will actually be evergreen purchases, which means you can buy as many times as you like. So if you continue to
Infinite
pursue
Fion.
Yaz's Shard, you'll get amethyst that you can redeem infinitely for silver.
Awesome.
Must
super
gamble
cool,
jar.
'cause I know,
I don't know
I'm
how
gonna
they
be
got this
rolling for
around
the Slayer skins now that
Oh
I
yeah, the
own
new
game,
Slayer. Okay,
so
that looks cool.
having some like dyes. To
I like
be
that
able to
sword, dude. I want that
customize it
sword.
once I
So
get it.
cool.
I want that sword,
Sweet.
bro.
We'll be getting Season 2 of Yaz's Jar, which is called Leap. So that does include the Slayer skin.
Oh,
which
so we're getting
is
season 1 and
amazing.
2, but not 3.
I'm personally
Okay.
very excited for the Paladin skin. I think that's
I guess season
one
3
of
is
the
not yet.
coolest skins.
Oh, that skin looks so yeah.
Yeah, and with
She's
the
fucking
Aeromancer
dope.
coming out in August 1st, by the time Yaz's Jar releases in September, that means the Aeromancer will also be included in that with her legendary skin, and it's really, really cute.
Yeah, the possibility
No
of
picture?
customizing it is
Put the picture.
limited.
Badge.
So you'll be
Give me the-
really
yeah.
fascinated how cute that is with the dying kits, dying packs. So you're going to see it very soon. The
Nice.
details.
We all shared our favorite skin, Suman. Do you have one that you're excited for?
I'm looking for the Aeromancer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good taste. Good taste.
I'm currently playing the artist
Yeah,
class
yeah.
now.
He's an artist main.
but,
Okay.
He's a
I'm
diet,
always
yeah,
looking
main.
for the Aeromancer.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot of
Work
fun.
me.
Based.
We know players have been very,
good, Chad.
very, very interested to know when Yaz's Jar is coming. So like,
How
as
did
you
they get
said,
around
very
the
near and
Netherlands
dear to
laws,
our
by the way?
hearts, and, very glad
EU
you were
game.
able to
Amethyst
announce
Shard
that,
thing?
Is
we're
enough. They
moving
just have to
Yaz's
give you a
Jar.
you can have gambling, but you just have to have a side concession.
Cool. Well, there are a few other
Maybe,
pieces
I don't
of
know.
content coming in September as well. One that's actually really near and dear to my heart is the new affection ranks for Thyrane and Nineveh.
Oh yeah.
So for
Yes.
the
Thyrane-
affection
Thyrane
ranks,
scene.
Thyrane, the first one is
Kaka.
someone that you probably
Yes,
have grown
please.
very close
I
to
mean,
after
oh
watching him
yeah,
become
Nineveh
the
scene.
character.
Yeah, that's what I.
Now that he's been the king for
That's
a
what I
while,
was looking for.
He is actually getting ready to celebrate his coronation 1-year anniversary with a giant ball happening in Lutero.
I feel like this is spoilers.
But he's secretly really stressed out about this, and while he's trying to put on a brave face, you might be the only person he's willing to open up to. Next up, we have Nineveh.
Gage.
Nineveh is someone I think we all know all she does is help others. She never really looks out for herself. She's always bright, positive.
Okay, Nineveh
smiling,
on
and
screen.
Her animal friends are planning on throwing her a party because she's so bright and cute. Why wouldn't they? But something is happening, and she mysteriously collapses due to a chaotic force.
What?
Nineveh is finally ready
Protect.
to open up about her past and some of the more dark history she's experienced that you may not have heard of before. I'm really looking forward to getting to know these characters a little bit
All right,
better
well,
at a closer level.
saving up
These
my
are
relic for poor
affection
gifts.
ranks, so you will
I've got
be,
7.
You know,
That's
getting
probably
to know
not
them
enough.
A little bit more of
I
an
have, like,
intimate level, but that's also going to
15, I
reveal
think.
a lot about their characters and personalities and a little bit about them that you maybe didn't know before. Don't look at me like that. I
do
know
have
you like
15, yeah.
Nineveh.
I think you deserved it, Rox.
I know you like Nineveh.
I mean, yeah. I just want to be there for her after the traumatic events of Elgasia as well.
So in addition to those new affection ranks coming to the game, there's also a new surprise coming onto Primal Island. Henry, do you want
Oh,
to
yeah,
talk
the
a little
Battle
bit about
Royale
what
island.
players might find there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're adding a fun new mini game, which
Island
is
with
something
nothing on
that
it.
players in Lost Ark haven't really experienced before, where we have a new Battle Royale game mode coming. Players that are 1490 or above can load into Primal Island and experience a new game mode where you have to scavenge for your gear, battle dinosaurs and battle each other until there's one person left standing.
PvP.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's a battle
pretty
royale.
intense.
But I'm
I
a
know
gun
there's
lancer.
A lot of intensity
You
in Lost
don't
Ark,
use your
but
weapon.
Nothing quite like facing off.
Don't play your
against
class. You
dinosaurs in a
you
battle
drop and
royale.
get a
I
weapon.
think that'll be
Yeah.
a really unique experience.
Where are we dropping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can play it several times throughout the week. I think up to once a day, and increase your overall rank by your best placement. So some fun new PvP.
Apparently, placing high gives a
people-
lot of
Is
rewards.
this more of a
How many people are there
squad-based
per map?
sort of thing, or are you
I think
on
it's.
your
I
own?
thought it was 10.
Everyone's on their own. It's a free for all.
Free
Every
for
man and
all.
Dinosaur
Yep.
for themselves.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Primal Island.
Oh yeah.
Where can we get the boys? We gotta be dropping.
Well, Henry,
You
do you
ain't
want to
doing
talk a
it,
little bit
Irma?
about what adventures were going on in
Ain't no
October?
way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll do it.
In October, we have a new continent coming
I'm
to
doing it.
Lost Ark, which is Plechia.
Pleche.
The
Pleche!
continent
It's
of
Pleche!
freedom, art,
What the fuck?
romance. Players will be able to uncover some cool new storylines. The story picks up in Lutera, where they will.
This zone
never
looks really good,
venture
though, by
this
the way.
new
Yeah,
continent
it looks very
and
Assassino.
experience, some familiar faces.
Armin.
Yeah. Encounter Sacrian priests.
Sacrians,
and learn
burn!
about the
Burn to the ground.
Diche family, which inhabits Plechia. Players will need to be item
Diche
level
these nuts.
1475 to start the story quest. And once the story quest is finished, there will still be some exciting collectibles, cool rewards, and other fun.
Pleche has like a
Yeah.
2-month Una.
Oh god.
And you will need to complete
Paul,
For a
I love-
masterpiece.
for Voldish.
I love
We'll have a little
Unas.
bit more information on
something.
what that is soon.
Yeah, so when that comes in October, you're definitely going to want to dive in and explore that continent there
Yeah.
for various reasons. Spoilers for
I'm also
later.
excited with Plesia because that's the first story after Elgasia.
Yeah.
That's going to open the second chapter of the story, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the continent looks beautiful too. It's kind of a
I love the
different
series.
setting.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I've really been wondering what's happened to Armin. I feel like it's been a while since I've heard from him. I hope he's okay.
I guess we'll know soon.
Yeah.
We'll
Hasn't been
find
that long
out.
since we heard from him.
And
It was
then in
literally
addition
the
to
last batch,
Plechia,
but
for
Yeah,
players that are a
fine.
little bit more on the competitive side rather than the story side, we have a new Trial Guardian coming.
We're
which
clearing
is
this.
Kalilagos, the
Hell,
master
Carl.
lightning
Okay.
dragon.
Hell, Carl.
Hell,
similar to
Carl,
the previous
boys.
Trial Guardian raids that we've had.
Cool, I can
Players
use my
will
gun
be able to
launcher for it.
compete for the first clear in a region, and then also the fastest clear time in general. So there's some cool.
Are we
brand new
going for
rewards,
rank
like a
1?
special title
Hell,
players
Carl
can go
clear?
Yeah,
for
obviously with
and
my
work to,
gun lancer.
Yeah.
have good teamwork and clear the raid as fast as possible.
Yeah, no, it's been a while since I've faced off against Carl, but coming back to it and definitely getting competitive about it might be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Red
I
Attack
haven't
Slayer.
tried
They're trying their
Achilles yet,
best.
but I think I'm gonna give it a go this time around with some friends.
Yeah, that could be fun. What about you, Andy? Do you think you're going to go for the Trial Guardian raid at all?
I'm not very good at Guardian raids.
This guy's like, I don't play the game. Stop asking me questions.
Sorry.
This guy is
Alright,
fucking.
well,
This
I
guy seems fucking
You might
baked,
be
bro.
I'm just
He's
kidding.
like, what
Maybe
meeting?
the four
What
of
were we
us
filming again?
As a,
He's
as a
just
quad, see
average,
what
Chad.
happens.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
for
great.
me, I
He's a
didn't
good
realize
personality to
he played
have.
Support, so I think we could do it.
Yeah.
I don't do any damage.
Can I bring my Esther?
Yeah.
I got you.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Cool. So it sounds like we have a really exciting October coming up. A couple things for us to do, a couple new adventures, a couple new challenges. And with that, we'll go ahead and start talking a little bit about November.
Oh, yes. Show me the scythe.
Hold up,
Exciting
pause.
piece of content.
Okay. Okay.
So, August was
Mhm.
Gigapet
Yep.
with
Yep.
Arrow, Akin, the changes to the homework. September is just the new server thing
I believe it is the new server thing,
and Yazjar.
Yazjar, and then I guess probably the remaining quality of life improvements.
Okay, and then we just got done talking about October.
Yeah, October is Pleche and Carl.
It's Pleche.
Oh, Carl.
And Carl.
And then,
Okay.
again, it's very rough estimate. I'm sure that, like he said, any changes Korea is getting throughout, we'll be getting them like within a week now. So,
That's cool.
like, I'm sure that somewhere in that time period they'll be eating gates from Legion raids and rebalancing them. So okay. Pleche? It's Pleche, and I'm gonna say Pleche forever. Whatever the fuck he said is wrong.
I trust him. All right. I'm ready to start again. You ready? You ready?
What? Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
For us to reveal. It's going to be our next class following Aeromancer for Lost Ark in the West.
Yeah, so in November we have the Soul Eater Advanced class coming. It's the next
Oh,
Assassin
Sith.
Advanced class. It wields an enormous scythe as its weapon, which is super cool. But that's not the only way you can attack enemies with it. You can also summon the dead or transform into a Reaper. I'm super excited for the class. I love playing all the Assassin classes. This one's no exception. It has some really unique mechanics. You can build up your identity gauge to transform into a Reaper. You fill up 3 soul stones and then can activate that whenever you want.
Why would you transform into a
There's
Reaper?
a second
That's a
identity
different class.
gauge that fills up when you're transformed. To
Transform
let you
for floor
further
POV.
enhance your attack and do some cool moves while in the Reaper form. So a lot of different cool attacks visually. I'm super excited. Like all the other classes, it will have 2 engravings to kind of change up the way that you play the class. The first one is the full moon engraving. And this one's built around really enhancing the Reaper mode and your playstyle when you're transformed. That's for the people that want to hit really big damage numbers in a cool burst window.
And then have downtime for 40 seconds.
Enhancing that playstyle.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the dark moon actually completely takes away your
Oh, we're to
Reaper
finish November
transformation
with Soul Eater coming out.
and
Yeah, we're doomed.
makes you more powerful and allows you to use your identity gauge to enhance all of your other abilities when you're not transformed. So kind of 2 sides of the coin. We have the big burst window in the full moon engraving and kind of a constant uptime damage class focused
Yep,
around
we're
being
used to
fast
this.
and
Move
having
along.
powerful
Yeah,
attacks all the
it's
time with the full
every
Yeah, I'm definitely
Every build.
really looking forward to seeing that Soul Eater in game.
Other than
The
sharpshooter,
animations and
weird
the way
question
the
mark,
class
exclamation
plays,
points on that
looks
one.
really visually stunning too. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. But what can players expect when it comes to anything to help them level up the new class quickly?
You know, there will
Oh.
be another round of the Hyper Express, so we don't know which type of the Hyper Express coming yet, but there will be Hyper Express plus Power Pass to support the growth.
Awesome. That'll be super cool. That way players can hop in and fight a con and some of the other cool stuff right away.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely want to get those.
Whoa, the audio
Soul
guy
Eaters
freaked out on me
loaded up
there.
and ready to go. So
Did they just
we'll
get
be
louder all of a
supporting
sudden?
there.
You gonna make one, Andy?
I do like my assassin, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to race you
Mine's fine.
to gearing up that Soul Eater.
Oh, that'll be fun.
A
I'm down.
race. Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I think a few of my guild members started saving up materials as soon as they saw it announced in Korea. So I'm excited we get to bring it over in the next couple months.
Yeah, it's coming in pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's only 4
Some of
months
these
between
things
it
you're
coming
hearing
out.
today with
but-
full moon, dark moon, reaper. Those are the terms we're using currently based off our kind of translations from Korea, but the class has not been fully localized. We're still doing some of that work, so some of those
Full
names
moon,
you're
new
hearing
moon.
today might change.
Full moon is the
slightly by
name of the
time it
Reaper
releases
engraving,
in
by the way.
November. Just keep that in
Oh.
mind. The function and form all still going to act the same. That's what
yeah.
we look forward to with the class. Just
Or
might
it,
sound a
sorry,
little
it
bit
was.
different when it's
Full moon
live
was
in
what it
game.
was
And
called
that's
when
gonna
it
bring
was.
us right to the end of
It's
the
its
year where we're going to
translated
out
name
with our December
for the
release.
There's
Reapers.
just a little bit of overlap between
Yeah.
the
The Reaper and the Reaper.
yeah.
We have another new adventure that players are going to set off on following Algacia. Henry, do you want to talk a little bit
I think
about
its name is
where we'll be
Lunar
headed next?
though now.
Yeah, absolutely. So December is a new continent releasing, which includes a whole suite of new end game
Bull dick.
activities and
Bull
upgrades for
dick.
players, and that is Voldis. To enter Voldis, you'll need to be item level 1520
nuts.
to start the storyline.
This place looks so awesome.
And you'll get to venture to
Such
kind
a-
of
Yeah.
fantastical land where you'll meet
Oh,
the sages.
Mom,
which
I mean,
are
never
an
mind.
important new
Never mind,
group
don't.
of characters that live.
FBI,
in the
please
big
don't arrest
city of
me.
Kalinar in Voldis. There you'll go to seek out some of their wisdom, to help with the
She is the best
upcoming
character.
wars as the Chaos Guardians and other threats in Arcasia are growing ever more present. And you'll get to experience both the bustling city of Kalinar along with the lush rainforests as you uncover the secrets and listen to the
This song
advice
just looks good
of
all
the
around.
sages in this foreign land. It's really cool visually and kind of a different tonal setting from a lot of the other continents in
Doesn't look
Arcasia.
that different in
So
tone.
super cool. There's cute homunculi that are floating around in the
It's
city.
like
And,
been a while since we've seen
a
something
couple other
Tortoise
fun
like.
things that players will get to
You know,
Yes.
last time was Tortoise. And
once you complete the story, there's still fun things to do. You know, all the normal
I don't know,
stuff
there's
like
like the Punica
adventures,
plans.
tome, collectibles, and cool things that you can keep working towards.
I'm sure it'll be.
But the big thing
Cool.
that Voldus will introduce is the next Abyssal
That's
Dungeon,
nuts.
which is a 4-player activity. It's called the Ivory Tower, and like Triangle, it will be
Plant
4
booba.
gates that players can progress through,
Mm.
fight, compelling, cool bosses, and earn a bunch of really cool rewards.
Oh, they missed the counter. What the fuck?
Gold,
Yeah.
honing
Oops.
mats, all the normal stuff. So one of the really cool rewards that is
Stick the
earnable in
vines
the
in me.
Ivory Tower Abyssal Dungeon is a new system called elixirs, which are the next big power increase
West
that
Bridge will
players can
differ.
experience in WoW.
They didn't get
Yeah,
it translated
probably
yet.
won't be
Cool
in
system that
Korean.
kind of
Yeah.
blends some strategic decision making along with a certain amount of luck, which is always important in Lost Ark. But the way it works is once you acquire an elixir through the Abyssal Dungeon.
Look at this
so
menu.
first of all, let me
Oh,
say
you got it, right, guys?
you can
This
get
will be how it
epic
looks.
ones from completing
I
normal mode
understand.
and legendary ones from completing hard mode. So
Blue,
once you
purple,
acquire an
writing it
elixir,
down.
you
Oh, yeah.
can refine it. You can refine it by using a catalyst, which is a new item that you can earn in game by purchasing it with gold and stones of chaos. And once
The
you
Stones of
refine
Chaos
it,
will be
you'll
important.
be guided along a
Yep.
path where you'll have to
Not
make some
changing that.
strategic decisions, and like I said, also have a little bit of luck to succeed. Luckily, you'll be getting advice from some of the sages in Voldus while you're doing it, so
Voldus
you'll
nuts.
have a little bit of an in-game guide to help you make some of those decisions. And as you refine it, you can kind of choose which path to go on, which lets you unlock some really powerful offensive, defensive, and utility-based upgrades for your kit. Once you've gone through that
I
refinement
heard
process,
damage.
you can then imbue
like
your
damage.
gear with the refined elixir onto your various armor pieces. And one thing that's really cool is mixing and matching some of those upgrades that you get through the elixirs. Because
40
when
set or
you're able
GTFO.
to match some of the
Exactly.
important effects, they further boost the effect and give you some really big crit rate increases or attack power increases or other options to really make your
finally I can crit. Oh
character
my god,
feel
Lancer.
more powerful. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. I play Deathblade. I know Andy does too. So things like that crit rate make your surge feel a lot better, right?
You can never have enough crit rate.
True.
What about
So
100?
yeah, it's a cool system. I think
Yeah, exactly.
it'll
You
be
can- you
fun,
can have enough
and
crit
also
rate.
let players kind of
That's something
make
you
some
can
cool
have enough
decisions
of.
as they're looking to upgrade their gear.
So there's definitely a lot to do in Voldus. Is there anything else coming out in December that players should look out for?
There is almost a surprise. There will be one more season
Cool.
of Arc Pass starting from December.
Awesome.
Okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, not only will we
Wait,
have
that'll
one
probably-
Arc
that'll probably
Pass
be
coming
the
in September,
Battle
but we'll
Pass.
also
There's
have
one-
an additional one in December. So a lot of Arc Pass for
Oh,
players.
I
to
guess
enjoy
we're
and gain
we're 2
rewards.
behind on Arc Passes right now, so that'll be.
So
the,
that's going to round out our content for the roadmap throughout the end of the
Okay.
year. We really enjoyed getting together and talking to you all about kind of what's coming, sharing a little bit of insight on some of these systems and details on what to expect. We hope you enjoyed it too, and we want to leave you with a community question. What part of the roadmap content are you most looking forward to experiencing? And with that, this was our first time doing a roadmap video like this, and all getting
make sure to
together
leave
talk
it in
to
the comments
players.
down
We want to know
below.
what you thought as well. Let us know what you enjoyed. If you want to see more like this, please like and subscribe, leave a comment on the video, and we would really appreciate it. As always, I'm Rox. This is Henry, Suman, and Andy. We were really glad to talk to you today, and we'll
We
see you
don't
in
do calls to
Arcadia.
action in our videos. What the fuck? Don't like, don't subscribe. Fuck you.
That's a new. screen. Cool. Okay. And then I have the actual roadmap here. Pulled up with the notes. So what they talked about at the end of the video there was November. It's got Slayer. Or Slayer. Whatever the fuck this one's called. Reaper 2.
Romancer?
Reaper 2.
Oh, Soul Eater. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Soul Eater, and then December is obviously Voltus. Voltus is huge content, right? It's like new Abyss Dungeon, new continent, new upgrading system. Soul Reaper, yeah. So my biggest thing is like,
so packed.
What?
August.
Yeah.
Seems
So for
packed.
me, Soul Eater, like November month, obviously, I think Korea is going to get a lot of changes over the next coming months, right? So I think for us, just having the roadmap for, I think that basically anything October onward, they're leaving very open for putting stuff in, other than December, because like we're surely getting this in December. But like I think November and October are going to be pretty flexible for stuff. Honestly, I think if this is the only thing we get in November, we're basically looking at like the most dead month, right, of the year. If only the Soul Eater comes out in November. But I mean, again, they said that things could change. We'll have to see what Korea does to their version of the game, and obviously, like you said, we'll be getting things quicker. But things usually squished into these months as well. Yeah. That's why it's like that's fine to me. To me, I think the biggest change is August is fucking loaded. Like in 6 days, we are getting fucking ass blasted with content. Unfortunately, that's only giving me 2 days to mess with it before PoE. But I mean, regardless, it's a lot of it. If there's going to be a point to return, I honestly don't think it's August. That's also why, I'm sure they would have liked to have the Jumpstart servers ready, but I get why they're launching it not with everything. Although it's weird, like August is already so packed, but it's like if Jumpstart servers would have been amazing to see in August, but like the point where we're going to probably see a lot of new players come and try the game, hopefully, is September. For us, August is loaded, right? But for like the game's health, again, I hope there will be more changes made to the Korean version in the next coming weeks and month, and that we'll get those in September with this patch, with the Jumpstart servers for new players. That would all be great. In terms of what I think I would have liked to have. So a lot of the other Korean streamers predicted that Pleche would be September. I think Pleche coming in October is a little bit too long, personally, between a new zone. But I don't know. It could change. It might not change. Who knows? I was not expecting to get Yaz's Jar ever.
Yeah.
Due to legal reasons. But they somehow figured it out. And we're getting it in the same way. We're getting the secondary overlay system for skins, right? So you can equip one skin that you want to have as appearance. That includes old armor. At the vendor, you can craft old armor and use it as a skin. Like old armor. Like the ones while you're leveling.
Yes.
So you can use those skins. So I guess, yeah, I mean, getting honestly, Yaz's Jar is the biggest bombshell for me, the biggest drop here. For like what we'll be playing, because obviously we're not, the Jumpstart thing is not for us. I'm excited for Yaz's Jar though. However they managed to make it work, glad they did. I just want the skins. If they cost a lot of gold, I'll save up and I'll buy the one I want. I want one. I literally want one. I want the Soulfist one. I want the poofy tails. I want my fox tails. I'm a fucking Soulfist. It's the only skin I've wanted from the Yaz's Jar list out of season 1 and 2. I want the Soulfist skin. Yeah, then they also said the Dawn skins they'll have a new one for Slayer, which they showed had a dope ass sword, Artist, Neuromancer, and you can get these skins just by doing Twitch drops, right? Like you can literally get these for free by watching Twitch streams, so that's cool. Other than that, I mean, so I guess September does have some stuff. It's got the Jumpstart server, which is obviously like probably big for them. Like Yaz's Jar is interesting for us, I guess. The new rapport ranks are honestly, I don't get the report ranks. Feel like they should have come last or like this, like in a July update, but sure. The primal again. I think September for us as players who have been playing is not loaded enough. Like, it's got Yaz's Jar, Affectionate Rapport ranks, and Primal Island Battle Royale. I don't know. The rapport ranks are tied to story. Yeah. I mean, are they? I mean, you're helping Thyrane during his event in the castle, and I think Nineveh's is probably more story related than Thyrane. Thyrane, you're trying to solve his love life, I'm sure.
It's you.
Yeah.
You're his love life.
Yeah, and Nineveh, I'm sure that you're trying to find a friend, or she's trying to find a friend. You're that friend.
It's you.
Yeah,
You're the friend.
You're the friend. Nineveh's will probably have more like quote unquote lore in it than Thyrane. Friend zone Pepe W. Yeah. I think that October I think Pleche is cool. Also, you have to do Pleche before you can do Voldyke, right? On every character. So, just throwing that out there. And then, I mean, we do get Hail Carl. That is cool. I mean, I want to do that. I'm gonna like October. Sure, sign me up. I'll do Pleche on my characters. I want to try Hail Carl. That sounds fun. November, honestly, seems like we'll have to see what they have planned for the progression events and shit like that. We'll have to see what else gets changed that will come out for November. But I think the main months to focus on are August, September. Honestly, October is not even that huge of a deal, and then December. Voldis will be where we get this is the next thing of content, right? They got Voldyke, Voldyke. I'm gonna say it's gonna interchange which word I use. They got it back in when? February? So they got it in February, and we're getting it now in December. That's only a 10-month gap, but like it's shorter, so hopefully we're getting there. We'll have to see how quick, because the next thing after that will be the zone that Korea gets this month. Yeah, Korea is getting a new zone this month. Next week, the new story zone, and then they get Thaymine next month. So we'll have to see how long it is between those things coming out to us. I mean, if you follow the pattern, that would mean we're looking at getting the zone for Thaymine in February, and then the April update will be Thaymine. Which, how many months would that put us behind still? 7? Like, it's getting closer, but
yeah.
Again, I think for now, I think it is more important that they keep the insane changes they are making to the game to try to, or like hopefully insane changes they'll be making to the game to make the game more friendly for all types of players get made first. So that's cool, and I think that they at least in the video they said that it sounds like their intention. So I'm cool with it. I think that we just have to wait and see. I think that was all these things with the roadmaps. We just have to wait for more details. As somebody, like for instance, my brother wants to play the game, but like it's hard to figure out a time to like actually play it. There's a lot of shit to do. So like I would like to know more about this Jumpstart server so I could tell him to play it, because he probably would. So again, my opinion of the Jumpstart server is it's a big coin flip. We will have to see. I don't know. What did you? Well, I mean, I think the thing most people stopped reading after is the August things getting added. Most current players only care about what this August additional changes were. But
yeah.
I don't know what any month you think what would you like to see in any month? You got any opinion?
I'm really interested in how the Jumpstart server finishes. I think
Yeah.
the start of it being, or I think it's a really cool idea for onboarding players because it's like a moment where you can get in. I hope that the way that they fold them in to the general populace happens somewhat quickly and somewhat or end smoothly. I just don't know if, or we also don't know all the details about how they're accelerating all the side content stuff. So, like, depending on just how fast the speed up is.
I mean, Korea is also planning on doing changes to how horizontal progression works for just like the current game, right? So we'll just have to see. I think it's all just going to depend on the fine details of the. I think the concept is great. So
Yeah,
again, my
I'd say
only
that's
fear with the
probably the
concept.
thing I'm most anticipating, though, or most thinking about is that Jumpstart server.
Oh, what about the fact we gotta get to 16? We aim for 1620 for Voldis in December to do hard mode. Oh, just gotta take the armor that you transfer and get it to plus 19.
I'm already at that.
No.
Easy.
You transfer it and
Nope,
it goes to plus
I've
11.
already done.
Nope, got 8 more hones on each armor piece to go. I think it goes to
Correct.
11. I think it might go to 12, actually. We could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I think I really. I mean, I'm always gonna look forward to the next zone, but I really like 4-man dungeons. Really. So like, I think I am more looking forward to. I've been more looking forward to Voldike Abyss dungeon like than a con the whole time. I'm just like for the 4-man Abyss dungeon, please, thanks. A con's whatever. Yeah, a con's whatever to me. I just want to do Voldis.
Oldian.
Yeah. I mean, I think overall, like, especially the way they communicate, that video was good. I like the way that
was a really good way to do the communication.
Also, people are saying that it's really good that they brought Rox on to talk with them because they couldn't meme them for being endurance, expertise, and domination. They were like, "Fuck, you brought 4 on." That was like the top comment on the video or something. It was like, "Yeah, you brought 4 on." Yeah.
They're too smart.
Yeah, smart to have 4 people to dodge the endurance, domination, expertise memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way they communicate everything. Zoomin Park, that guy, wicked. I like the way he talks about stuff about the game. I like the way he was. I mean, it just sounded good. Like he seemed to have the info on. He seems to be the dude with the info about them getting stuff in, and I like how he said that they're going to get stuff in within a week. Like that. Like, thank you, or the same day. Like he said at the same time or within a week. Like that is amazing words to hear, and I hope that they stick to that.
Yep.
Because like that's what you want to see. Yep. And also, I hope they keep making changes just for our version too. If something's different in our version that needs to change to make our players feel better about the game, it should probably change because we play the game a little bit differently.
Yep.
Which is why I'm very glad to see. I just like the idea of the Jumpstart servers. Just even the idea coming out to like them even announcing that if they just announced that they were talking about it, I would have been pogging. But like they're actually making it, so that's good.